In 1948, a furniture buyer from a Chicago department store chain drove 3 hours into Holmes County, Ohio, with a specific mission: to negotiate exclusive contracts with Amish woodworking shops before word got out. He'd seen the pieces, he knew what they were, and he knew that if the rest of America ever figured out how these men were building furniture, the entire industry he represented would have a very serious problem. The contracts never happened. The Amish refused. What that buyer saw in those quiet workshops, and what the modern furniture industry has spent 70 years making sure you never think about, is what we're covering today. The average American family will spend $4,800 to $11,000 furnishing a single room. They'll do it at a big box store. The furniture will look good in the showroom. In 8 years, possibly 5, the drawer bottoms will sag, the veneer will peel, and they'll do it again. Meanwhile, Jacob Troyer of Millersburg, Ohio, builds a blanket chest this week that will be in perfect condition when his great-great-grandchildren argue over who gets to keep it. The price gap between those two outcomes isn't skill, it's not even time. It's knowledge, specific, transmittable knowledge that the furniture manufacturing industry has a strong economic incentive to keep out of your hands. The American furniture market generates roughly $115 billion a year. About 75% of what's sold in that market is built from engineered wood, particle board, MDF, plywood veneers, materials that are designed, not incidentally but by specification, to degrade within a predictable window. That window aligns neatly with consumer replacement cycles that the industry calls, without embarrassment, the upgrade pathway. This isn't malice, it's arithmetic. A chest of drawers that lasts 200 years doesn't generate 200 years of revenue. It generates one transaction. The techniques Amish woodworkers use, joinery methods, wood selection principles, finish chemistry, aren't secret in the conspiratorial sense. They're documented in craft literature going back to the 1,600 seconds. What they are is inconvenient. Teaching them at scale would require admitting that everything sold in the furniture aisle of every major retailer is, by design, temporary. The Amish never accepted that premise. They didn't argue with it. They simply kept building the way their grandfathers taught them, and the furniture kept lasting, and the customers who found them kept coming back, not to buy more furniture, but to commission the next piece. Here is the number that stops most people. A hand-built Amish blanket chest in white oak with traditional hand-cut dovetail joinery sells for $2,800 to $3,200 from a reputable Holmes County shop. That sounds like a luxury purchase, until you run the math the other way. A comparable-looking chest from a national furniture retailer costs $340 to $680. It will last, generously, 12 to 15 years before the structural integrity fails, before the bottom gives, the hinges pull free from softened particle board, the lid warps. Buy 3 of those over 40 years and you've spent $1,020 to $2,040, owned nothing of lasting value, and sent 3 pieces of furniture to a landfill. The Amish chest at $3,000 is, in a 40-year window, the cheaper object. And at year 40, it hasn't depreciated, it's appreciated. But here's what almost no one talks about: the techniques that make that chest worth $3,000 and built to outlast everyone in the room. Those techniques cost nothing to learn. The wood costs what wood costs. The tools are simple. What the Amish carpenter has that the factory doesn't is knowledge, and knowledge has always been free to pass on. That's what this video is about. The dovetail joint, the one connection that changed everything. Most people have seen a dovetail joint on paper, the interlocking fan-shaped cuts that mesh together like fingers. What most people don't understand is why it works at a physics level, and why its disappearance from commercial furniture is one of the most consequential quality decisions in American manufacturing history. A dovetail joint resists pulling force mechanically. No glue required, though Amish carpenters use it anyway. The geometry of the cut means that the more tension is applied to pull the joint apart, the more the interlocking surfaces press against each other. It's self-reinforcing under stress. Contrast this with the dowel and staple construction used in mass-market furniture. Under repeated lateral stress, a drawer pulled open 10,000 times, a chest moved 3 times, the glue bond fails, the dowel wiggles, the joint loosens. It's not defective construction. It's construction optimized for a 10-year lifespan, not a 100-year one. Eli Bontrager of Charm, Ohio, learned to cut hand dovetails at age 11. He told a customer once, with no particular pride, just as a statement of fact, "A box held together with geometry doesn't need you to believe in the glue." The beginner mistake with dovetails is cutting the pins first. Experienced Amish woodworkers almost universally cut the tails first, then use them to scribe the pin layout directly, eliminating the measurement error that causes gaps. A gap in a dovetail isn't cosmetic, it's structural. Start with the tails. Wood selection, the decision made before the first cut. The single most consequential decision in any piece of furniture happens before any tool touches any surface. It happens when the wood is selected, and this is where mass manufacturing fails completely. Commercial furniture uses kiln-dried lumber processed quickly, often within weeks of milling, to meet production schedules. Amish craftsmen, particularly those in Wayne County and Holmes County, Ohio, where the tradition is oldest and most intact, have historically air-dried their lumber for a minimum of 1 year per inch of thickness. A 2-inch slab of white oak, 2 years of stickered, air-circulated drying before it ever becomes furniture. This matters because wood that hasn't completed its movement, its seasonal expansion and contraction as moisture leaves the cells, will continue moving after it's built into furniture. Drawers stick, panels crack, joints open. The furniture isn't defective, it's just wood that wasn't given time. Ruth Yoder, whose father ran a woodworking shop outside Sugar Creek, Ohio for 41 years, remembers customers who didn't understand why they had to wait. Her father's answer was always the same. "I can rush the drying, or I can rush the building. I can't rush both." In 1887, a publication from the Ohio Mechanics Institute documented the air seasoning practices of cabinet shops in the region, noting that the shops producing the most durable work were invariably those with the largest lumber yards, meaning they'd accepted the longest time horizons. The shops producing the fastest work were, within 20 years, mostly gone. The species selection matters as much as the drying. White oak, black walnut, hard maple, cherry, these are the traditional Amish cabinet woods, chosen not for appearance first, but for stability, hardness, and workability. White oak in particular contains tyloses, microscopic cellular structures that block its pores and make it naturally resistant to moisture penetration. That's why white oak was used for whiskey barrels for centuries. It's also why a white oak chest sealed with a traditional finish will remain structurally stable across decades of humidity fluctuation that would destroy a piece built from softer, faster-growing wood. The finish. Why Amish furniture still looks right in 40 years. Walk into any major furniture retailer and look at the finish on a display piece. It will be perfect, smooth, even, sealed completely. It will also, in 8 to 10 years, begin to crack, yellow, or peel, because the finish is a modern catalyzed lacquer or polyurethane applied thick, fast, and without regard for how wood actually moves. Traditional Amish finishing runs in the opposite direction. The goal isn't to seal wood inside a plastic shell. The goal is to enhance what the wood already is while allowing it to breathe. Amos Miller of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, has finished furniture for 32 years using a progression his grandfather taught him. Thin coats of boiled linseed oil, sometimes 3 to 5 coats over as many days, followed by shellac, followed by paste wax. The total material cost for this finish on a standard chest, approximately $12. The durability, indefinite with periodic wax renewal. Boiled linseed oil. Introduced to American woodworking no later than the 1,840 seconds, penetrates the wood surface rather than sitting on top of it. It polymerizes inside the wood cells, hardening within them, providing internal moisture resistance rather than an external barrier. Shellac, which has been used continuously since at least the 1,700 seconds and is made from the secretion of the lac beetle, provides a mid-layer that bonds well to both the oiled surface below and the wax above. The wax provides the surface protection and sheen, and it's renewable. When the surface looks tired after years of use, a single application of paste wax restores it completely. This finish is repairable in ways that polyurethane never is. A scratch in polyurethane is a scratch in polyurethane until you strip the entire piece and start over. A scratch in a wax-finished surface disappears with a cloth and 5 minutes. Here's the part that connects all of this. None of these techniques, hand-cut dovetails, air-dried lumber, oil shellac wax finishing, can be patented. None of them require a proprietary product or a specialized machine. A furniture manufacturer cannot build a business model around teaching you to cut your own dovetails. A finish manufacturer cannot build recurring revenue from paste wax applied twice a decade. What the market did, rationally and without conspiracy, was optimize for what it could sell repeatedly. Engineered wood requires proprietary adhesives. Polyurethane requires proprietary application equipment and isn't user repairable. Dowel and staple construction is faster than joinery, which means lower per unit cost, which means higher margins at accessible price points. None of this required a meeting. It's just the math of what's scalable and what isn't. Traditional Amish woodworking isn't scalable. One man with hand tools and dried lumber produces one chest, carefully, in a number of hours he doesn't rush. It can't compete on volume. What it produces instead is the object that gets handed down, the piece in the corner of a bedroom that outlives the house it's in. The 1,948 furniture buyer from Chicago understood that instinctively. The Amish carpenters he visited didn't need to argue with him. They just kept building. If you want to build with Amish principles, not necessarily at Amish scale, but with Amish durability, there are 3 places to begin. Start with wood selection. Buy from a hardwood dealer, not a home improvement store. Ask specifically for air-dried stock. If they can't tell you the drying method, find another dealer. The extra cost, usually $2 to $4 per board foot more than construction lumber, is the cheapest quality decision you'll make. Learn one joint before you learn all joints. Not a pocket screw, not a biscuit. Learn the hand-cut mortise and tenon or the box joint. Both are within reach of a beginning woodworker. Both will teach you the patience that is the actual foundation of durable work. Jacob Troyer learned mortise and tenon first. He's been building with it for 38 years and has never broken one. Finish slowly. Whatever you build, resist the urge to apply one thick coat and call it done. 3 thin coats of linseed oil, sanded lightly between each, then shellac, then wax. Give each coat a day. The finish that takes a week to apply will last longer than most furniture lasts. These aren't Amish secrets in the sense that they were hidden. They're Amish secrets in the sense that no one in the modern supply chain had any reason to teach them to you. The furniture sitting in most American homes right now will be landfill within a decade. That's not an accident. That's a supply chain that was optimized for replacement, not inheritance. But the knowledge that produces furniture worth inheriting, that knowledge survived in Holmes County workshops and Lancaster County barns and Wayne County lumber yards, passed from fathers to sons without ceremony because it was too useful to give up even when the market stopped asking for it. I'll be covering more of what comes out of those workshops, the specific woods, the specific joints, the specific sequences that turn raw material into something a great-grandchild will argue over keeping. Tell me in the comments, does anyone in your family still work wood this way? Grandparents, neighbors, anyone? Some of the most specific and useful knowledge I've found for this channel has come directly from viewers who remembered something they were told once and didn't realize was valuable. It may be more valuable than you think.